Welcome to Talkpoint. Today we focus on a landmark development in American democracy. The Supreme Court is hearing a major case on voting rights, specifically state-level voter ID laws, a decision that could reshape future elections across the country. Close-up of Supreme Court's justices graphic showing states with voter ID laws. The case centers on laws requiring voters to present government issues identification at the polls. Proponents argue that voter ID laws prevent fraud and protect election integrity. Opponents contended that such laws disproportionately affect minority, elderly, and low-income voters, creating barriers to perception. This case has drawn national attention because the court's ruling could determine the legality of these laws in multiple states, potentially influencing thousands of voters in upcoming elections. Courtroom sketches, lawyers presenting arguments, law keeps of hearings. During oral arguments, attorneys for the states defended over voter ID laws, emphasizing the importance of securing the ballot box. They presented evidence claiming that such measures prevent fraud and increase public confidence in elections. Meanwhile, challengers argue that intents of voter fraud are extremely rare and the strict ID requirements unfairly disenfranchise eligible voters. They also point to studies showing that monitor and lower income communities are more affected, raising concerns about equal access to the democratic process. Protest rallies, interviews with voters, opinion polls. The case has sparked wide press debate across the political spectrum. Democrats legally oppose strict voter ID laws, arguing they suppress turnout among vulnerable groups. Republicans, on the other hand, emphasize election security and preventing fraud. Public opinion remains divided. Some voters support the idea of sticker investigations rules as a safeguard, while others worry that such laws could limit participation and undermine trust in the democratic process. Voting booths, election maps, animation showing affected states. A Supreme Court decision could have far-reaching consequences. If the court upholds strict voter ID laws, several states may enforce a tighter restriction in future elections, potentially affecting voter turnout patterns. Conversely, if the court strikes down or limits their laws, states may need to revise their election procedures to ensure broader access to the ballot. Legal experts suggest that this case could set a precedent for how courts balance election security with voting accessibility nationwide. Supreme Court exterior at sunset, citizen voting, US flag waving. In summary, the Supreme Court's deliberation on voter ID laws is more than a legal battle. It's a test of how America balances election integrity with voter access. The outcome could influence not only in upcoming elections but the broader conversation about democracy and fairness in the United States. Stay tuned to Talkpoint for continuing coverage on this landmark case and with what it could mean for voters nationwide. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay informed on crucial political updates.